check, check, check. Check, check. It's okay.
Chanjo Bado Dane Nyazo Jendage Jizan Jeve Zonai Dola Benje Zanjen Doba Sho Zanje Chodai Zoye Jana Chanjo Bado Dane Nyazo Jendage Jizan Jeve Zonai Dola Benja Sanje Doba Jo Sanje Janda Sanje Jana Chanjo Bada Nane Jasa Jenda Gen Jesa Jeve Sanai Dola Benja Sanje Doba Jo Semje Namje Dewa Deve Yudan Demba Jeje Dongan Dan Dongan Yen Jedan Dawan Jeje Dongan Meben Dewan Domban Domin Dawan Jeje Nire Jada Nindan Devan Dongan Jembalan Deba Yonje Simjen Tamjen Dewan Dan Deve Yedan Demba Jeje Dongan Dan Dongan Yen Jedan Dawan Jeje Dongan Wan Damba Damin Dawan Jeje Nire Jada Nindan Deve Danyan Jembalan Deba Yo Simjen Tamjen Dewan Dan Deve Yedan Demba Jeje Dongan Da Dongan Yen Jedan Dawan Jeje Dongan Meben Dewan Damba Mindawan Jeje Nire Jada Yedan De Danyan Jembalan Deba Yo Inshallah Wadan Jeje Jaba Sheza Yera Maya Zawaye Gewa Junse Da Genjiza Tamje Bombe Janjo Jemo Zaje Baje Joje Mendo Rira Leje Ninde Jembande Zaje Jende Mede Bawa Doga Nanda Jinla Jaba Jo Zemje Namye Zamba Loye Jeda Jedra Wanje Jo Domen Deba Shige Wala Gorondo Namda Zudin Seje Sajen Den Denzen Bame Relin Gubes Shirab Nide Nawa Jugun Zala Topjo Dugun Dola Chaze Lo Dugam Jizi Zonye Bajen Sambu Chebe Juji Ingun Dam Ngeve Yaptan Jujan Gezi Zo Nawe Singen Jemen Lodres Regam Sabu Mendra Dambezu Rimnya Lamche Lor Temaj Teaching Gujin to Tersembe Yongzen Lamra Chubra Gela and a very good morning, and so we will continue on the Buddha nature. As last time, I did mention about that in the daily basis, we somehow involve with our daily activity, such as the things we do, starting from the moment we wake up till the last day of the night before we go to sleep. So we engage into a numerous action and thoughts, and also with the appearance of materialistic parts, and also like emotional parts, and so many things continuously. And in a way, we very much spend our day, the movement of the mind has like non-stop continuing. But the intention is not to oneself, because when we, let's say, if we take such deep moment and try to look from a different angle, just like looking at the mirror, but from a different perspective, like a view, then it seems that we think about ourselves, but actually we don't know who we are. And the idea that we think we spend a lot of time for ourselves, but in reality, we haven't spent that much time to oneself. For example, which is very much we all experience in our daily life, suffering, pain, physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain, and those stuff. And those stuff is something that we focus not that much, but we have focused a little bit. If we have focused on the suffering and the pain, like straightforward, then I think that the person who is focusing will suffer a lot. So let's try to analyze ourselves, the pain, or what kind of things make us miserable, because we have the past kind of something to do with the past for sure, and something to do with the present. But something to do which actually happened for a moment or period of time, that actually reminds our mind in the daily basis, this is wrong, this is pain, right? Because there's a few moments of such suffering we have experienced that has strong impact, that the rest of life we are being aware not to happen this kind of suffer. Why? Because we have put intention, we put mindfulness to that. And not like any mindfulness, but concentrate. And not getting distracted when we focus on that pain. Like we are totally like a horse have like, in India we have, like the horse have like this. And the reason why there's like kind of glasses is that if there is no such thing, the horse will go here and there. And he will not go to the track. So there's like this kind of thing, so that it will only show the one way. Like that, when we focus to the pain, which we actually somehow are connected in the past, we totally focus. So we can see, and also try to put that in a positive, the most joyful and the memorable moment you ever experience, or like this will not gonna happen in the future. This is the best moment. So that moment, we actually kind of engage with the moment, with interest, focus, so that it has impact in the future, in the present, and more and more. So we can see that an interest and the intention can do such impact in life. So, but in daily basis, we don't that much able to bring interest and concentration of mindfulness, because that things happen again and again and again. So that we are used to it, so we kind of experience less. Let's say, if you want, for example, the people who live in like such places always wanted to go to abroad. They think the abroad country has very luxurious life, easy life, good earning. So they think a lot about. So even though he spent one day at abroad and come back, rest of his life he will think about that day. Okay, Europe is good, Vietnam is good, or Singapore is good, or Malaysia, whatever kind of place, because you have put so much interest and intention that no matter what age, what kind of moment, you will remember. Because those stuff won't come in daily basis. So, like this, the thing we are always used to, we don't have excitement and curiosity, and like we put it as a very normal, so that we don't take much like absorb. So the little things which we have as a very interest, even a few seconds, will be very much memorable. Like that, the life, or one could say, the mind, who see a life from its perspective, and it's kind of, they will see like so many things happening, something unusual, some is usual thing, so that we make the difference in life. We couldn't able to make a whole day from the day we wake up to the day we sleep. So we have, like say, if a person who sleeps a lot, then they have a short day. Those who wake up too early, they have a long day, yeah? So, individual person's lifestyle. But anyway, the moment of being awake for, let's say, 7 hours, we don't remember all the 7 hours how we spent. But we do remember few stuff. Like, I meet this person, I meet that person, I had a fight with him and I won. And I had an argument and I lose, so I feel bad. And like, I got a lottery, so this is my luckiest day. Like those kind of, whatever kind of moment we spend, those we try to make different. In reality, all those are same action, we are doing the same movement we are doing, but the perspective of mind makes the difference by making interest and non-interest, making stuff special and non-special. So we see, so we have a, let's say, a mind. Let's say, if we put it in this life, from the day we born, the day we die, we have our lifespan, and we, focus on a lot of stuff. But in Buddhism, we say too much about impermanence, changes, because impermanence, which taught by Buddha and the great masters, sometimes it seems, yes, everything is changing, but what is the benefit of knowing change, impermanence? Because impermanence is something that we always go through, with or without us. Like that is natural. We can't stop the second. We can't stop the timing. Whether we exist or don't, time will continue. So there is no much difference. But what's the point of knowing change? So in Buddhist impermanence, so of course everything impermanence. There is no change. We can't change any second. We can't make the present to past. We can't make the past to a future. So things will be the way how it is. But the idea of reminding again and again everything is impermanence is to remind ourselves to be prepared that in life we go through a very unusual circumstances, that nothing can be last forever. And through that, we should not be surprised in a way we lose ourselves by getting surprised that we usually know, right? For example, let's say occasionally, whether it's your birthday or whatever occasion, if you know what you're getting a present, then when stuff you get, you won't be surprised because you know what you're getting. But you will pretend, okay, I didn't saw. Oh, such a nice stuff. How did you know you give me this kind of gift? I really wanted. But this is totally fake, yeah? To please someone. But if you really don't know, then you wake up, that will be the actual surprising thing. Oh, there's a snake. Or like any stuff. But in reality, we do know there's a death. We do know there's impermanence. Still, when it happens, we get surprised, like I don't even know about this death. That is something very tricky because we haven't concentrated that much about death. We haven't taken serious about death. We haven't took serious about the fact of samsara, death, emotional suffering, mental suffering, physical suffering, and so forth. So, in Buddhist impermanence is something to guiding to ourselves that, okay, impermanence, everything it is, and you have to accept and not to be get surprised by seeing a falls in samsara, seeing impermanence, and in a way, a mind should go along as alone to on their way. So this is nothing to be surprised. It is how it is, and you have to accept. If you don't accept, then you have to live with your fear. You have to live with your miserable, what kind of things you are going through. But if you accept the reality, if you accept the knowledge, then it will be good for you. But for Buddha, it doesn't matter, right? He already achieved what he wanted, and he was teaching us what he understood. So the main understanding of life, let's say impermanence, is to understand and be prepared. And similarity about the Buddha nature. So when we think about Buddha nature, as yesterday I was talking about what is about the mind, but in the end I couldn't able to finish with what is the mind. So I'm gonna say it today. Mind has no meaning. But we have a concept of being how the mind works, how mind interacts. But in reality, mind is such a kind of a topic or the idea that is not very easily to adapt. As I mentioned yesterday, in daily basis, we don't think about very much about body, speech, and mind as separately. And when someone says like body, speech, and mind, and those three functions differently, now we're starting to see that that's true. Now I've put my interest and intention, that's true. But somehow we mix up these three. For example, now, because the nature of the mind, the true identity, if one understands the true definition and identity, or what kind of you understand, for me, I think that person understands the whole concept of Buddhism in a way. Buddhism is not about teaching about Four Noble Truth, but the Buddhism is more discovering what you haven't discovered. And not only that, sharing what you have discovered so that it can benefit others. So in reality, that is the true meaning of Buddhism. Right? It's not a religion, it's not about a ritual, it's more of mentality discovery. In that point of view, everyone can be Buddhist. And any religion can be Buddhist. So, as I mentioned, when I kind of received the higher teaching, somehow, for me, it made so much easier to adapt and understand the other religion, especially the different lineage of Buddhism and the different schools. Because when you know the essence, then you will know the reason why he taught this, right? So the reason this, so for that reason, they follow this and that. And the things what seems to be appear, that is for that reason. For example, the Four Noble Truth. In the higher studies, we do believe Buddha have turned the wheel of the Dharma 3 times. First would be on the topic of Four Noble Truth. The second would be about mainly targeting to the selfless topic, Heart Sutra, like those kind of topics. And the fourth, discrimination, the
The turning of the will that distinguishes between phenomena and the ngeden, the definitive meaning.
Yes, like this. And that is important. So this 3 of Dhamma wheel. But when you go to a such understanding, now you are going to see, okay, the Four Noble Truth was mainly focused to the people who are starting the Buddhism like in the very beginning, for a new student. If a person teach the 3rd wheel of Dharma to that student, he will not able to understand directly. And some people are not used to it because of their mentality. So, the 1st wheel of Dharma was showed, and then gradually the 2nd Dharma wheel, the 4th Dharma wheel. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that so the Buddha nature is the base of the teaching of Buddhism. And not only that, it is very important individually if one can able to understand, and it has very strong benefit. And basically, we have the Namshi Yishi.
The treatise distinguishing between consciousness and wisdom.
And Nyingbo Tenpa.
The treatise explaining the essence.
These 2 texts mainly introducing the nature of mind. So these 2 texts actually, if we kind of summarize, summarize. In the 3rd Karmapa, Rangjung Dorje's Mahamudra wishing prayer, it has said, Dove Rangshin Tao Sangye Chang, Mato Wangye Tami Korwa Chang, Dunga Muta Mebe Simjen La, Sumi Ningji Jula Kieber Shows.
So this is a quote from the Mahamudra wishing prayer of the 3rd Karmapa Rangjung Dorje, which says, although being's nature is always Buddha, not realizing it, we wander in endless samsara. May unbearable compassion arise in us for all beings who suffer endlessly.
So this is the summarized kind of quote. where Rangjung Dorje talks about the quality of Buddha. The Buddha has two qualities. Rangdun Pesum Tsokpa, the Shindun Pesum Tsokpa.
The excellent benefit of oneself and the excellent benefit for other beings, for others.
So the first, being excellent oneself. What does it mean? Right? It means being fully complete of awareness and develop. And that is, one could say, self-perfection. And that is very important for every person, right? We need to be prepared. When one is prepared, they are already ready for what? To help others. So a person is not ready to perform anything. How could that person can teach others? How the person can able to talk about those qualities? It will be just a myth, but without a soul. So in that way, it is very important first to be prepared. So, so the whole concept in very starting to the end of how to become fully perfection according to Buddhist, especially Vajrayana point of view, let's say general Buddhist. So, Gambopa, in the Tabutargi,
In the jewel ornament of liberation,
in this, he mentioned the 6 stages. Is very important. So if one could able to complete these 6 stages, then one can able to call oneself a fully perfect in the journey of Buddhism. So it is mentioned like Juni Deshingyang Bote, Teni Melurin Jincho, Jenny Kivishini, Tamni di Tamate, Driu Zoksan Kishiku, Chen Tome Drudenses.
So this is a quote of Gampopa's Jewel Ornament of Liberation, which says, the prime cause is Buddha nature, the basis is a most precious human existence, the special condition is the spiritual master, the spiritual friend, the means, the method, is the spiritual friend's instructions, the result or the fruit are the kayas, the Buddha, the bodies of perfect Buddhahood, and the activity is to non-conceptually fulfill the welfare of beings.
So, so from my perspective, Juni Deshingyambo, Teni Melurinji, Jenny Givishini, Tamni di Dhamma. So this 4 is mainly to prepare oneself to be perfect.
So the 4 are the true nature, which is the Buddha nature, the Tathagata Garbha, the support, that is to say the precious human being, the body, the spiritual friend, and the instructions from the spiritual friend. So these four are to prepare oneself.
Yeah, I forgot. The five as well. 주후 적상 지식구. So till this five.
And the fifth is the fruit, which is the bodies of perfect Buddhahood, the kayas of a Buddha.
So, 주,
The cause,
대신행보,
the Buddha nature.
and the fifth, 주후 적상 지식구.
The fruit, the body of a perfect Buddha.
These two, okay, these two is like mabu, madabu.
The mother and child.
Yeah. And according to our instruction, so these two is actually one. Because we have the seed of being enlightened at the very beginning, but we struggle a lot with distraction, so that we couldn't able to see ourselves being fully perfect. To become or to be seen ourselves very clearly without any disturbance, you need to have some kind of, let's say, if you have something in your face, to see it clearly, you need to have a mirror, right? For just like that, to see oneself, we need kind of a way to see ourselves. That is a precious master, a person who already gone through, who can really let you see, okay, you haven't discovered yourself. If you want to, focus on that. That's through that you can see yourself. And slowly, slowly with the progress, then what? We can able to know more and discover more. And let's say, it's like a gold covered with the dust. If you clean slowly, 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 then the gold will shine. Not because the gold is being shined now, because it is always shining, but it is always covered with the dirt. And like that, our mind is always distracted that we couldn't able to see our true nature of being Buddha. So, the cause and the result. So these two, for now, is like a son and a mother. The nature we have is considered like the son, not that son, mother and son. And the result is known to be the mother. And because the son actually comes from the mother, right? So it's going to its own purity by, reducing this distraction and the disturbance of mentality. So, the Buddha nature, sometimes it is described as in Mahamudra as Semni Linjikibi Yishi.
Sorry. It's the mind's true nature, which is the innate wisdom or the co-emerging wisdom.
Mm-hmm. When we talk about Buddha nature, we don't feel very much about enlighten. We feel very much like something inside, like something very deep, very deep. Oh no, like this. But when we more think about like
Mind's true nature,
Mind's-
innate wisdom.
inner wisdom, when we talk about wisdom, so we focus on the wisdom. It's big, it's big. And when you talk about Buddha's nature, it's small, it's small. Going deep. And like the wisdom is coming out. So that is the wordplay. But in fact, actually, when we talk about Semgo
The introduction to mind's true nature.
mind, yeah. In Vajrayana, introduction of the mind is considered very important, very important. Sometimes a person who really kind of let you understand or discover your true nature or self-discovery of Buddha, that person is normally considered Tsarwe Lama,
The root Lama.
the root Lama. Why? Because the Lama show your root Buddha. So that's why that is mainly considered as Tsarwe Lama. But because it's like we have the verses used by Dusum Khenpa to us. Gambopa, Wami Chuji Inje Podani, Dusum Sanji Kunjingoni, Ransim Chugu, Musum Tornzepa, Tsarwe Lama Shalo Sowa Teps. Wami Chuji Inje Podani.
Staying in the palace of Akanishta, the precious Lama who showing me the freak. I'm sorry, I have it somewhere. The actual. Sorry, I'm finding the actual quote.
I can drink.
In the palace of the Dharmadhatu, Akanishta is the essence of all Buddhas of the three times, the one who clearly shows my mind to be the Dharmakaya. To the glorious true Lama I prostrate.
So in there they say, Ransim Chuku Musum Tuenzepa, Tsarwe Lamas. So the Tsarwe Lama, because he Rangisem Chugu Sumoteba.
So he is the root Lama because he's the one who clearly shows me that my mind is the Dharmakaya.
So when you discover yourself as being Dharmakaya, is a way of saying Buddha. So a person introduce yourself to see yourself a real living Buddha. That moment you're already seeing yourself as a Buddha. And at that moment, the perfection of seeing oneself as a Buddha, now you already are Buddha. And now there's nothing to go beyond. You already reached your destination of being fully enlightened. And that is the last destination of your journey of samsara. So the person who introduced your true nature of the last destination of samsara, that person is the root who liberated yourself from the samsara of delusion. So normally we have many people saying what is meaning of Tsarwe Lama, what is Lama. So according to our perspective of seeing Tsarwe Lama, that is the main kind of way of seeing it. And the Buddha nature, actually It is our true nature of mind itself. For example, now, since we took birth till this day, try to reflect to yourself. How do you see yourself without the body? Right? It's very difficult to imagine. Try to see beyond the body. Try not to see yourself with the makeup or the muscle or the games, sports, whatever. Try to go beyond, a little bit go further from physical interaction. Go a little bit more beyond that, because physical, you can tell, I was created on 1995, December 17, and I'm going to expire on this and that, and I have expired date, okay, this one, and creation day, right? On that day, so my body is like a kind of a bucket of milk, a bottle of milk. Like it has
Manufacture
and expire, XP, like those stuff with the number. Actually, with that and our body have not much difference in the reality, right? And when it's expired, you just throw away. So same thing. If we die, our body gonna throw away, not put it in the shrine. Yeah? No matter how much we think ourselves precious, very, very of course, in the center of your life, you are the hero, and you are the villain, and you are the main character. In your center of life, or in the center of your mind, you are the main character, whatever you do. Because you are the person who's playing the game. And you are the controller of your whole life, no matter what. You are the person who's watching your journey. So, this is the real person. So, the body has beginning and has end, and it is impermanent, it will create. And that is very temporary. That is very temporary. And we couldn't, put all, in Buddhist perspective, we cannot, it is not okay to put everything in this life, because everything based on the physical form is a temporary. Money, wealth, fame, whatever, it is very temporary. And the moment you die, you couldn't able to have a penny. The moment you will die, you'll be known as who you were with that body, with that legacy. And after that, nobody knows where you go. So, it is very much with the physical form. If a person do believe afterlife, now try to put yourself in that afterlife. Now you are no longer who you were with the physical form. So at that moment, your true identity, putting in a gender form, is just a temporary. So try to think more about, see yourself, who you really are, without the gender, right? Without your work. Just go beyond. And we stop here. Senam diye tamche sepa